Hey, this is Ryan from Morrie 394 Hyundai, and today we're here to talk about some winter car care tips. Some things I do on my personal vehicles, I just try to leave at least a quarter tank of gas in them, especially if it's going to be really cold out. That just helps to keep condensation down and can help prevent winter freeze-ups on the fuel lines. And then also just to make sure checking tires more frequently than in summer. The tires are affected a lot more by temperature. Every time the temperature drops, it'll drop the air pressure in the tires. In summer, it's not affected as much because there's not as much swing in the temperature. You can also use nitrogen. It's not as susceptible. Anytime you decide that you want to do winter tires, it's always best to do a set of four, a matching set of four. If you try to do two tires and just put them on the front, it can get tricky because the car kind of has a split personality, where the power tires are, if it's a front wheel drive car, the front tires will grip, but the rear wheels will want to slip, and that can cause issues if you go into a corner. Then the rear end or whatever opposite end you don't have winter tires on can slide out, so it can create some problems and some instability, so it's not recommended. Blizzaks are really popular, but a lot of it has to deal with the size tires that you have and also availability. They're not really necessary for winter. Anytime you're in a cold climate like Minnesota, all the fuel that you're getting is already treated with the anti-gel, anti-freezing. So it's not really necessary. As far as seafoam and stuff goes, some people run that in the cars, or there's actually a Hyundai fuel treatment that we run. It goes in every other oil change, and that's not so much for the winter, but just a general maintenance item. Helps keep the fuel system clean and fuel injectors cleaned out and running tip-top. Most cars, they don't even differentiate between oil and coolant. Everything is pretty much year-round. As far as the cars go, in Minnesota, if you look at your service table, Minnesota is a severe duty. So the intervals for service for oil and coolant and all that kind of stuff, they're closer than they would be for a normal. As most states in the U.S. actually are in a severe duty. There's only a select few that are considered normal duty. The best way to minimize salt damage in Minnesota is to move to Arizona. That's about it. There's nothing you can really do to prevent it. I mean, you can do your maintenance as far as washing it and stuff goes, but the other thing you can do is rust proofing. As far as general maintenance though, just trying to keep it clean the best you can, and if you ever see any kind of paint chips or paint cracking, to take care of that sooner than later, because the cracks and the bubbles can cause rust to come in sooner than it would if it was taken care of soon. The engine block heater is actually a better idea than the remote starter. It can also help your engine get warmer faster, but the thing with the block heater is it helps keep your coolant warm as well as the oil, so there's less wear and tear on the engine because the actual engine isn't freezing. Remote starters are nice and convenient, but they still take longer to warm up than it would with a block heater. So if you can do a block heater, I'd go that route, but sometimes in a parking lot or after work, it's hard to get your car plugged in. So remote starters are convenient too, because then you get remote start and keyless entry and all that stuff in one remote. So I've had them both, they work. There's not really anything you have to do different on a Hyundai or most cars. We run all season oil year round, which is the 5W. It's the 5 winter weight. And you can run 520 or 530 in your Hyundai. They call for both in the manual. They both work, but there's nothing you need to do special in the winter versus the summer. So unless you are driving in really hot climates, then you can run 10W30, but even that's not necessary. 530 is a good all-around year-round, or good all-around oil. There's not really a minimum. If you look at like actual car care, it's better to start the car and just let it warm up for 2 minutes and drive it slow and easy rather than to let it idle for 15 minutes. Because idling, it's actually hard on the car, and it doesn't really let it warm up because there's no load on the engine, so it takes like twice as long to warm up. So if you let a car warm up out in the parking lot, it's going to take a half hour. If you hop in the car and go drive it, it's going to take 5-10 minutes if you're driving it, but you just don't want to hammer on it. A fully charged battery, it really doesn't care how cold it gets. It's just a weak battery. And then if it gets so weak that it goes dead, then it can freeze and then battery's junk. Yeah, the winter doesn't take out more batteries, they're just a lot more noticeable. You just want to make sure that you buy the freeze-proof washer fluid. If you buy washer fluid that's really cheap or from out of state, like somewhere warm, it's usually not rated to below freezing, which can freeze up and it can take out your wiper washer motor, and they gotta wait till it thaws out. So most of the stuff that you buy around Minnesota is pretty much always rated to below freezing. It has a certain freeze point in it. Wiper blades, they have special winter wiper blades, but as long as you clean off most of the snow and ice before you start using them, it's not really too big of an issue. So they're available, but they're not necessary as long as you take a couple precautions. Really, coolant is pretty much set year round as long as you're staying up on the maintenance on the coolant. It's already rated for below freezing, so there's nothing you need to check anymore periodically. The only thing you really need to stay up on is the tires. But you want to be checking your oil and coolant periodically anyway. It's just a regular maintenance, but nothing in particular for winter. Just pump the brakes if you don't have ABS. That's an important part. Pump the brakes. When you get panicked or you go into a slide, you either got to let off the brakes and not touch them entirely and try to steer out of it, or if you're trying to stop and you're slipping, just pump the brakes as fast as you can. Well, I would say one additional thing you can do to help defrost the front windshield in your car after it warms up is to turn the air conditioning on. When you turn the air conditioning on and have the window on defrost, the air conditioner can help dehumidify the air, and it can help take away some of the moisture on the window quicker. The only other thing you can do is if the heat's not working so awesome is check the coolant. Because the car might be running at normal temperature, but as soon as it starts not pumping out heat like it usually does, if it's just kind of lukewarm, check the coolant. As soon as the coolant gets low, it doesn't cycle through the heater core properly. So you're not actually pushing coolant. When the coolant isn't pushing through, the heater core is cooling off the coolant to the point where it's not replenishing it. So if you have any other questions about service on your Hyundai, feel free to give us a call at Morrie's Hyundai Service.